Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
This is Suzanne, and it's River Valley Community College Live. We are back. This is our fourth live event that we've done, and it has been great. Every Tuesday in the month of May 2020, we've been doing a virtual event because we wanted to get this information out to you. And we know it's been difficult to get around and get places during this COVID-19 situation. So here we are. It's our fourth open house. And tonight with me, I have Alfred Williams, the president of River Valley Community College. Welcome, Alfred.
Hi, Suzanne. It's great to be back. I'm excited about our fourth presentation here tonight.
It is great to have you here, and you have provided us with so much information over the last 3 weeks, including last week we were talking a lot about how personal it is to be at River Valley Community College, where all of your professors know each of the students personally, and you get a sense of family here, and you get a high quality education. There's so many benefits to coming to River Valley, and I'd like to just go through a couple of things again. We do have some special guests tonight joining us live. So we have Kerry Belknap Morris, who is the program director. She works with the early childhood education. Tonight we're going to talk about infant and toddler, and she also works in the social services area, so we'll talk about that. And we also tonight have Michelle Kanan. She is the program director for the accounting program and the business management program. So Alfred, any feedback from our show last week or the week before when we dispelled the myths about community college?
Well, in the first week, we talked about how the COVID crisis should not stop your education, and you can continue. And we gave you many different ways that you can, build credits, stack your credentials, and use this time, wisely to further your education. And I think it's really paying off because our summer term started today, and we're up about 20% in students for summer. And so there's still time to get registered for summer classes. You should contact us first thing tomorrow, and we'll help you get registered. And I think that message about not falling behind is getting through to people, that we want to get you to graduate as quick as possible. Then in the second week, we did a real deep dive in financial aid and talked about how you can access financial aid dollars and CARES dollars, and you can utilize financial strategies to best fit your educational plans. And then last week, as you said, Suzanne, we really focused in on how personal River Valley is. You get to know your professors, you get to know the staff. We're looking out for you. We're really our main goal is to get you to graduation. We know we change lives when you graduate, and that's what we all strive for every day when we come to work.
We also talked a little bit about our student services. And one of the great things about River Valley is that we offer things like tutoring for free. So anytime you need some help with a program or a class that you're working on, you can contact one of our tutors and get even online Zoom tutoring. We have many other services like mental health services for students. We have food in a food pantry for students. There are countless ways that we reach out to students. One of my favorites is the parent room that we have outside our library, where mothers who are perhaps nursing children or somebody who has a child on campus could take a time out break in a very peaceful and nice setting. So those are just a couple of things that we do to extend our family to the students as part of our family.
And Suzanne, during this COVID crisis, we've really increased our IT capabilities for students. We have been lending out computers, Chromebooks to students. We've ordered a lot more so that students can borrow those and they can utilize those for online classes, remote learning, whatever they need them for. And so we see a lot of borrowing from the library that has occurred for that.
Yes. So, one of the other things I think is kind of unique about what we do, even though we're small and we're a community college, we do have clubs. We have the PTK, which is the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society for community colleges. And we have one of the highest participation rates for the PTK in New England. So we're so proud of that. So one of the things I think is important for parents to hear is perspective. And our community college system of New Hampshire has put together a small video about perspective and why community college really makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and roll that video about perspective, and we'll be right back.
All three of our children just needed a little bit of extra time to develop and to figure out what they wanted to do. When we heard about the community colleges, we realized that this would give an opportunity inexpensively for the kids to figure out what they wanted to do and possibly find themselves, and through the process of finding themselves, do better. And for us, it has been the ultimate success story. Our oldest went to the community colleges and is now a CPA. Our middle son went to the community colleges and is now in medical school. And our youngest graduated from the community colleges and is now at Northeastern University. What the community colleges did for each of these kids was give them a sense of confidence that they can do it, that they can be a success, and the sky's the limit. So there wasn't a more perfect education out there for them.
The experience that I had was absolutely amazing. I mean, I even miss it sometimes now because I had such a great time. I made lasting friendships, I made relationships with professors, and I will constantly give back to the community college because of what is done in our community, in other communities across the country, because I think it could benefit students so much.
All right, we're back. Alfred, you know, there's been a lot of activity at the campus this spring and into the summer now, felt like summer today anyway, in terms of making everything safe and secure. Do you want to talk about some of those modifications that have been going on? Oh, I think you're muted, Alfred.
Yeah, I was muted there. We have instituted a lot of safety protocols. I keep saying that we're going to be the safest place in Claremont and in Lebanon and Keene also. And we have rezoned all of our classrooms so that we can easily space people 6 feet apart. So we've changed the capacity on all those classrooms and set up desks, set up computers, set up all the workstations, and so everyone is spaced accordingly. We have also set up various places where people can interact closely, but with plexiglass, so that staff can advise students and advise them in a scenario where they can sit closely, they can talk, but they have plexiglass to shield both sides and keep each other safe. We have lots of masks and other PPE available for people as they come on campus. And, really the thing is that we know that if we just if we have all the right safety measures and just keep people safe, we know the main goal here is that we also have to educate the people in our area. It is vital that we graduate students and put them out into the workforce. And so we have to balance those two missions, making sure that we have a safe campus, but also making sure that we're still meeting our educational goals. And while that we've been in this working from home stage, we have maintenance and others on campus have been really focused on making the campus safe and making sure that we can meet both sides of that mission.
Excellent. And it looks beautiful too. They've really spent a lot of the time this spring making the outside and the inside of the building clean and beautiful. So it's very appreciated. All right, well, tonight we have a very special guest. We have two of them actually, but first up is Kerry Belknap Morris. She is the program director for the Early Childhood Education Program. Tonight we're going to talk about our Infant and Toddler Certificate. Kerry, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm very happy to be here this evening.
Excellent. And you have prepared for us a PowerPoint presentation that describes the program and talks about what it means to earn a infant and toddler certificate. So we'll show the video first, and then we'll come back and maybe you can talk about some of the points where your graduates go after they earn one of these certificates and how it ties into the bigger program of the early childhood education. So let's go ahead and look at the video on infant and toddler.
Hello. I'm Kerry Belknap Morris, Program Director for Early Childhood Education here at River Valley Community College. I'm pleased to tell you more about our Infant and Toddler Certificate. Our program has a very specific purpose. Infant and toddler care is a specialized area of early childhood education. Working effectively with young children aged birth to 3 years and their families requires specific abilities. This certificate is designed to support early childhood professionals in developing foundational and intermediate level knowledge and skills. The key topics of study include promotion of optimal child outcomes, family relationships, developmentally appropriate environments, health and safety issues, observation and documentation, inclusion, professional competencies and credentialing, and diversity. The program of study can be completed over one academic year. There are 6 courses for a total of 18 credits. We often have part-time students that complete the certificate in 2 or 3 academic years. The fall semester includes 2 core early childhood education classes, Foundations of Early Childhood Education and Child Growth and Development. It also features a new course, Introduction to Infant Mental Health. Our spring semester includes 2 additional core intro classes, Health, Safety, and Nutrition, and Children with Special Needs and Their Families. The last course, Developmentally Appropriate Programs for Infants and Toddlers, is another opportunity for students to complete coursework focusing specifically on the 0 to 3 age range. Studying at River Valley Community College offers many benefits. Students may be full-time or part-time for our certificate. Students can start in the fall or spring semester. The Infant Toddler certificate includes a blend of face-to-face and online courses. Our curriculum is aligned with initiatives of the New Hampshire Child Care Licensing Unit and the New Hampshire Child Development Bureau. River Valley's tuition is affordable, and we can help students to access varied financial assistance options and payment plans. Our Infant Toddler certificate has a special feature, our new class, Introduction to Infant Mental Health. This course examines how children aged birth to 3 years develop socially and emotionally. It explores how this area impacts all other aspects of development, and introduces evidence-based practices early childhood educators can utilize in their work. We must remember that trusting relationships form the foundation of all future development. There are many career opportunities when it comes to working with infants and toddlers and their families. Building and expanding a strong infant-toddler workforce is a priority here in New Hampshire. Over 35,000 New Hampshire working mothers have children under the age of 6 years. Of those, there are over 10,000 infants under the age of 1. There are close to 58,000 spaces in New Hampshire child care programs, and 31% of those slots are licensed spaces specifically for infants and toddlers. Qualified early childhood professionals may apply to add an infant and toddler endorsement on an early childhood credential awarded by the New Hampshire Child Development Bureau. If you want to make a difference in the lives of infants and toddlers, then apply to River Valley's Infant and Toddler Certificate today. Again, I'm Kerry Belknap Morris, Program Director for Early Childhood Education at River Valley Community College. I look forward to speaking with you about opportunities to work with infants and toddlers and their families.
All right, well, that was wonderful. Wow, unbelievable how important the infant and toddler program is to so many students. And I think we're going to find out a little bit more about that. Alfred, what'd you think?
Yeah, that's just a great presentation. You know, one of the things I take away from it is that in the normal times, there's a lot of stresses on families, but this COVID-19 crisis is probably just magnifying it. Now, Kerry, I know that in your program, there's a lot of support that's done that your students do for families and such. Could you talk a bit about that?
Sure, and you're absolutely right. These times have been even more challenging for families with young children, but especially with infants and toddlers. And I have just been so impressed with the work that our students are doing. The programs they're working at are being really creative. They are going out there delivering in a safe, socially, distancing manner, some great activity kits for children, not only the child that may be in the program, but also other children in the family, and also touching base with the parents. We forget that families with infants and toddlers can be truly isolated. And of course, during this time, they're at an even higher risk for this. And so I know many infant and toddler programs have done little parent coffee hours online through Zoom, just a chance to connect with the center, with teachers, the director, to talk with other families. And that just has made a true difference for many families.
Yeah, I can only imagine how difficult it is for the working parent who may or may not have lost their job, but they did lose their childcare. And then, the children, after they're infants and more like the toddler and a little bit older, they really don't understand why things have changed. It's hard to explain to somebody that young. So I can imagine your students and the people that they work with are very, very challenged during this time.
Yes, and you make such an important point about infants and toddlers. The birth to 3 span is a truly unique and critical time period. And I know Alfred often speaks about, one of the benefits of the community college is that we're able to respond quickly to community needs. And that's how our infant toddler certificate came about. We saw more programs that were struggling to find early childhood professionals that had specific training in that age range, and also that were very interested in partnering and truly working closely with families.
And Kerry, how does it work in terms of somebody who comes out to take the course in infant and toddler, or the program rather? Is this part of an early childhood education program, a 2-year degree, or is it just an individual certificate that they stack? How does that work for most students?
Well, here at River Valley, our early childhood education program, we have 3 certificates: the infant toddler certificate, level 1, level 2, and then we also have the associate degree. And all of our certificates can easily roll right into the associate degree. And that's really important for students because sometimes they aren't quite sure where they want to start, and they don't have to worry about, oh no, if I start here and I change my mind or my goal changes, I'm going to have to go all the way back and start over. I can tell them, no, you won't have to do that. You have this strong foundation, and from there we can see where you would like to go.
That's great, Kerry. That's a theme that we've talked about many of these weeks, is how students can stack their credentials at River Valley and just progress through. Once students graduate from the program, where are some places that they've gone for employment?
So our graduates are in many different places working with young children birth through age 8, certainly childcare centers, preschools, after-school programs, Head Start programs, Montessori programs, Waldorf schools. We're seeing more students, once they complete the associate degree, continue on to earn a bachelor's degree. And some of those alums are now out there in roles such as kindergarten teacher, family support worker, and preschool special educator.
So if a student wanted to do a 4-year track, but suddenly has, a change of plans given the situation that is in front of us right now, taking early childhood education as a start for a degree in education is a path that they can do?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we've had students continue on to focus on teaching and working directly with young children in a public school setting or in a different setting. We've had some graduates continue on and look more at moving into the role of a curriculum specialist or a program administrator. And I think one of the best things about my job is that I've been at River Valley long enough so that now when I'm out there visiting students at practicum sites, their mentors, that center director, they were one of the first students I worked with when I was at River Valley. And it is just amazing to see them out there doing this work. And now they are guiding and mentoring someone else.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much, Kerry, for joining us tonight. And we actually will have you back in just a few minutes, but we do want to introduce our other guest this evening. So we have Michelle Kanan, who is the program director for the Accounting and Business Management program. Hello, Michelle, and how are you tonight?
I'm excellent. Thank you.
It is really a pleasure to have you on and to talk a little bit about our great programs. Accounting and business are two separate programs, but many times I find in admissions that students are applying to both, or they're doing dual majors because they are so closely related. And I know some of the coursework is common in both majors. So tell us a little bit about the program before we go to the video.
Well, we have three associate degree options. We have our healthcare management, our accounting degree, and our business management degree. We also have three certificates. We have a basic accounting certificate, we have an advanced accounting, and we have a certificate in business management as well. I think probably the most popular combination for students who want to dabble in both is to enroll in the business management degree program, but add an advanced accounting certificate on top of that. So it provides them with a really solid core business foundation, but some high level accounting skills as well that they will need out in the workplace, whether they're in management or in the accounting departments where they work.
All right. So let's take a look at the video that you prepared ahead of time, and then we'll come back with a couple more comments. So let's roll the accounting and business program video.
Begin your future in business or accounting at River Valley Community College. We offer associate degree options in business management, accounting, and healthcare management. In addition, we also offer a certificate in business management and 2 different accounting certificate options. Business management and accounting certificates at River Valley Community College provide an opportunity for students who want to enhance existing career skills, or for students who may want to explore the profession without committing to a degree program. Students who begin with certificate programs can easily convert to a degree program and apply all certificate coursework to their degree program. In addition, many students at River Valley choose to enhance their business management degree with an accounting certificate, or enhance their accounting degree with a business management certificate. River Valley also offers standalone classes that enable students to develop skills or pursue certifications that are highly valued in the world of business and finance. Apply today at rivervalley.edu.
Well, that was great. Thank you so much, Michelle, for preparing that ahead of time. So I imagine that many businesses in our region have struggled during these last couple of months, but what is it like for students who are graduating this spring and going out into the workforce with the business management degree from River Valley, or accounting degree, or even a certificate? You can talk about all levels and what kinds of work these students are going and getting.
Well, there is such versatility within this field. If you think about it, really at the core of every enterprise are business functions, whether they're working in a government, for a municipality, for a nonprofit, or for a for-profit enterprise. Regardless of what the product or service that is produced by the enterprise, they still need people to operate those core business functions, accounting, management, HR, all of those things. And our students come out of the program with the skills to really step right into those roles. Additionally, because they have really been focused on a distance learning format, either through Zoom or through online classes, and many of our companies have pivoted to a virtual workplace, our students have really been able to hit the ground running because this is how they took their classes. So the fact that they are now working in this medium is really very familiar for them, and they didn't need an adjustment period. They were really able to hit the ground running.
Michelle, I know that you've talked a bit about the things that we've learned during this COVID-19 crisis, and things that you've discovered about our students already having these skills that are portable and such. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think, again, having the experience of having classes through Zoom, which many of our accounting classes are, students have developed the skills to interact in this manner, which has now become so commonplace in our society, whether it's social or business. students have the ability to function virtually and also have developed the discipline to work independently without having somebody, sitting right next to them in a cubicle, because this is how they've completed their coursework. And so they've developed some self-discipline as well as some technical skills that have served them well, as many of them have made the transition to a work from home environment.
Michelle, last week we had the English program on, and I was talking about how communication skills are so important. It sounds like that in the business program, students are getting these skills of communicating through this online, the way that business is operating today, vital things to make them, needed for area businesses.
Absolutely. I teach many of my classes this way, and I tell my students, I'm not a TV show. This is an interactive experience, and we conduct it much like you would conduct a business meeting, for example. And there is lots of exchange, there's screen sharing, there's, just working with how not to talk over one another, even sometimes, how to remember to, make sure that somebody's done sharing their screen, and to be able to allow somebody else.
How are Suzanne and I doing with that? Not talking over each other. This is our 4th time, so we're getting better, right?
You are. And remembering to unmute yourself too. That's another great skill.
All the Zoom etiquette that we have had to learn.
Yes.
Michelle, I think one of the unique things about your accounting program and the business program is that before all of the COVID-19 happened, you were actually doing all of this online for the most part. And it enables your students to continue to work in the business workplace and have full-time or part-time jobs while they're coming to college. Do you want to talk about that flexibility that you offer in your program and how it's unique in that way that you can literally do your whole degree online if you want to?
Yes. As a matter of fact, some of the feedback I had gotten from students as the rest of the campus moved online and many of their workplaces moved virtually is these classes were the only things that had remained normal for them, that they were able to have the consistency of their coursework in a time when really that may have been the only consistency that they had in their lives. And we do classes through Zoom. We do regular online asynchronous classes where students can take, do their work at their own time as it fits within their schedule. And based on my email, I see students often working at 10 o'clock at night after the kids are in bed, or really early in the morning. And so they're really able to fit it around many of the other obligations. Most of my students are working full time, either in the field or not in the field, but they have work obligations, they have family obligations. Those are really the norm for my students. And somehow they manage to do it. And I think the flexibility of the scheduling of the classes and how we've structured the program helps to enable that.
And would you say that if a student was interested in going to a 4-year school but started with us, that they would be able to easily transition the coursework that they earn here with River Valley into a 4-year program?
Absolutely. I would say that it's a pretty even split between students who choose to go into a 4-year program as opposed to students who go straight out into the workforce. My students go to Plymouth State, Granite State College, Southern New Hampshire University. So most of them are staying locally. And the classes that they take through River Valley transfer into the other institutions, and they are able to build on their careers toward a bachelor's degree. And even if they decide to go work for a little while and come back and resume their bachelor's degree at a later point, they're able to continue to do that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle Kanan. She is the program director for the accounting and the business management programs here at River Valley Community College. It was a pleasure to have you on, Michelle, and I appreciate you taking time off during the summertime. It felt like summer today. I mean, we have another segment tonight. Kerry Belknap Morris, who was on earlier, she's also the program director for the social services program. And so we have a video that's prepared to talk a little bit about the social services offering at River Valley Community College. We're going to roll that right now, and then we'll be back with Kerry and Alfred.
Hello, I'm Kerry Belknap Morris, Program Director for Social Services here at River Valley Community College. The admissions requirements for our program include meeting the general college requirements. Also, students should have strong interpersonal skills. And finally, students must understand that fieldwork will require a criminal background check. Questions that prospective students often ask include, can I get a job with a social services certificate? Yes. Our certificate ensures that students have strong foundational knowledge and skills. The certificate is a great way to get your foot in the door, per se, in a wide range of public and private agencies. Our certificate is a stackable credential. The credits easily roll over into our degree. This is a great way for students to continue their education. Often, students are interested in a career as a counselor. River Valley's associate degree can be an important first step in this goal. More education is required. Most counseling positions need a graduate degree. Again, River Valley's degree can prepare you to transfer to a four-year college and make your next educational plans. Recent graduates from our social services degree have had smooth transfers at Granite State College and Southern New Hampshire University. River Valley's courses are delivered in a student-centered manner. Our introductory courses are usually face-to-face or hybrid. This means that students see their faculty members in person regularly. Our intermediate courses are offered 100% online. This allows students a little more flexibility with their schedule once they're comfortable with the program courses. Students currently working in the field may qualify for specific state-sponsored tuition assistance. Advising is a key piece of your college experience. As the program director, I work closely with students to ensure that their short-term and long-range goals are met. The fieldwork experience and program electives allow students to focus on a particular area. This could be an area of study, a specific career goal, or a long-range educational goal. Both matriculated and non-matriculated students receive specific program-focused advising. River Valley Social Services Program. We are touching lives, strengthening communities, and creating change. If this sounds like something you would like to do, then please contact me to learn more about our program.
So many opportunities in the social services field and the job market. So very, very impressive. Thank you, Kerry, for preparing that.
You're very welcome.
You know, Kerry, as I was watching the video, social services is so broad and there's so many different opportunities. I know that we try to prepare students to give them the foundation and the Common Core. How do we balance those and what different types of careers can students then go into as they transfer on to four-year schools and go from there?
Sure, I can talk a little bit about that. It's interesting because our students, some come in and, that initial meeting, they tell me, I want to work for an area agency. I know I want to work with adults with developmental disabilities. Others come and they sit and they say, well, I know I'd like to help people. And then there are those folks in between that have kind of narrowed it down. So as you said, that core is crucial. And we have several courses that ensure that our students understand what social services is. They understand their roles, their responsibilities. They also are grounded in both child development and human development. And the really great thing about our associate degree is that it includes 4 program electives. And that's where advising is critical. By the time students are ready to take those, they've really narrowed their focus. They know, I'm going to be applying for jobs at these types of agencies, or I'm definitely going to transfer and this is the degree I'm looking for. So we work together to select those courses. Program electives might be things like additional psychology or sociology courses. They might be some criminal justice courses. Many of our social services students want to work with children and families. So a lot of them have been using one of our new early childhood courses, trauma-informed services, as one of their program electives. So again, it's working individually, helping them to see, are you looking at transfer immediately? Are you looking for employment? How can we help you to ensure you are ready?
Now, there's something in that you said, Kerry, that reminded me of a lot of what we talked about last week about how you get a real personal touch at River Valley. When you're talking about you're making that decision on that elective class, it's you that's sitting with the student and guiding them and advising them. You, the professor, the program chair of the program that is working with those students and giving them that one-on-one attention, right?
Yes, yes. And that's another one of my favorite aspects of my job. It's just amazing to see, students blossom. We had one graduate from our social services degree this spring. She started with us a couple of years ago, did the certificate. She had a connection with the local community action program, got a great job with them, worked for a year. Another social services agency she knew through a personal connection, knew she was continuing on for her associate's degree. They reached out to her and they said, we have an opening. We really want you to apply for this job. And she did, and she got it. And she just completed her associate degree. And this summer, she's already going to be starting courses for her bachelor's degree.
And I know how passionate you are about it, Kerry, because when I come by your office, a lot of times I ask you how things are going. You tell me one of these stories of something great that's happened with one of the students, and it's always great to hear.
Relationships, it sounds cliche, but it truly is the heart of our work.
And I imagine that the area service providers are very eager to get the River Valley graduates as soon as possible because they are in the paper all the time advertising jobs. It seems like they're constantly trying to fill positions locally and even in the region. So hopefully your students who've just graduated will have no problem finding work. I know it's a difficult and strange time, but hopefully they're either employed or soon to be employed.
Yes. And again, the different types of programs our students are at, working with families and children, working with adults with developmental disabilities, working with the homeless population. Another quick success story, one of our graduates last spring, she now is back at River Valley offering support services through the agency she's employed at now. So it was just so exciting to see her, make that full circle and come back to River Valley and be ready to give and help other students.
Suzanne, I just want to jump in and say something about what you said about employment. Before this COVID-19 crisis hit, one of the things I used to always brag about is that the unemployment rate for community college graduates in New Hampshire under the age of 24 was 0. And I know that, we've been disrupted here with COVID, but I know that when we get on the other side of it, the skills of our graduates are going to be in high demand.
Yep. I think you're right. And it's certainly an odd time, but it sounds like things are starting to resume back to normal. And I know, again, businesses are opening up and social service agencies are opening up. So hopefully we will have some normalcy back in our lives very soon. But in the meantime, I just want to address our audience one more time and say, if you are thinking about coming back to college or coming to college for the first time, River Valley is a great place to start for so many reasons. We've talked about it over the last 4 weeks. And I think that if you've put your toe in the water and get your feet wet, maybe take a course or two this summer, but you need to hurry up and get registered if you're going to do that. Take a course or two, perhaps spend the fall with us or the whole first year of your college experience with us, get a bunch of credits under your belt, and then transfer if you'd like to do that, or earn a certificate or a degree in that 1 year time and get a job right away. So we have so many opportunities, and I just want to thank you all for being with us for the 4 weeks. Alfred, you've been a great co-host. I do appreciate your laughter and your knowledge about all of everything that has to do with college and community college specifically.
Well, these 4 weeks have been great. Fantastic talking to families and students out there. And just remember, we got to just stack those credentials, keep building things, building your degrees, building your certificates, and build a career for yourself. Come to River Valley and do that.
That sounds like a great plan. Sounds like a great plan. So, okay, I wanted to just plug one more thing. I think we are going to continue to do these live YouTube events, although they probably won't be every week. We're going to scale it back a little bit, but stay tuned to our YouTube channel and find out what's going on with River Valley. We'll have more guests from different programs that we haven't seen yet, and we'll keep it going once a month and see how it goes, and perhaps we'll have everybody in the college on here on our Zoom live YouTube video at some point. And I wanted to thank our special guest for this evening, Michelle Kanan. Thank you for being here to talk about business and accounting. And Kerry Belknap Morris, thank you so much to talk about infant and toddler and social services.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for having me.
All right, great to see everybody. We will be back with more River Valley Live, and we leave you with one short video. It is the virtual tour, so you can see what River Valley is all about. If you have not seen it in our previous episodes, we're bringing it back so you can get a look at our virtual tour. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Welcome to River Valley Community College. This is our main campus in Claremont, New Hampshire. We also have 2 academic centers. One in Keene, where our students attend their courses on the campus of Keene State College, and the other in Lebanon, New Hampshire. River Valley is one of 7 in the community college system of New Hampshire. We're affordable and close to home.
Hello, I'm Alfred Williams, president at River Valley Community College, and I just want to welcome you to River Valley. We have a dedicated group of faculty and staff that are here to make your educational experience successful.
When you enter the Claremont campus, you'll be greeted at the one-stop front desk. This is where all of the admissions, financial aid, registrar, and business offices are located. Because we're small and give personal attention to every one of our students, you can drop in anytime to meet with us. The Puxta Library is located just as you enter the Claremont campus. Our librarian and staff are here to help you with your research with our online River Valley Discovery Service. The digital library features an academic search engine that you can access 24/7 to find ebooks, videos, articles, and other scholarly resources. It's quiet, comfortable, and set up for your success. For health and wellness, try our treadmills designed to let you study while you exercise.
Hi everyone, I'm Morgan and I work here at the Advising Career and Transfer Center. We refer to this as the ACT or the ACT. So in this department, we have advising for general studies and liberal arts. We also have early college. Jerry is our coordinator for that program. So if you're a high school student that would like to come in and learn more about that program, he is always available to talk with you or your parents. We also have transfer services here at the ACT. So if you're interested in transferring to a four-year institution after, come see us and we'll help give you some of that information.
You'll find River Valley Community College has faculty and staff that truly care about you and your educational journey. Many students start here, earn an associate's degree, and go right to work, while others take advantage of our transfer agreements with the University System of New Hampshire and other private schools and universities. Most liberal art, core courses, and general education credits earned here will transfer wherever you go. Get involved while attending River Valley with our student government, clubs, and Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Starting your first 2 years of college close to home and at a fraction of the cost just makes sense. Thank you for joining us for this virtual tour. Get started on a degree or certificate program today by completing our free online application at rivervalley.edu and soar into your future.